visit has already strengthened the strong relationship between our two countries. A few minutes ago, 3 agreements of cooperation between Iceland and India were signed here at Bessastaðir. First, an agreement on exception from visa requirements for holders of diplomatic and official passports. It's maybe not important for humankind, but it's important for our diplomats and officials as they strive to deepen our relations. Secondly, we have a cultural exchange program for the years 2019 to 2022. Here in Iceland, we admire, of course, India's history, which goes back to the earliest records of human actions. As we aim for increased trade between our countries and increased tourism, we foresee an increase as well in cultural encounters. Third, a memorandum of understanding was signed between the Department of Fisheries, the Ministry of Fisheries, Animal Husbandry and Dairying Government of the Republic of India, and the Ministry of Industries and Innovation of Iceland, Department of Fisheries and Aquaculture on cooperation in the field of sustainable fisheries development. The oceans may separate us, but they unite us as well. We like to believe here in Iceland that we have much to offer when it comes to sustainable fisheries. We look forward to developing our cooperation in this field yet further. As we speak, the First Ladies of India and Iceland are visiting Lambhagi, the geothermal greenhouse, where we showcase how we Icelanders can produce vegetables in an environmentally friendly and sustainable manner. And after this meeting, the President will deliver a public lecture at the University of Iceland named India, Iceland for a Green Planet. The emphasis there is obvious. In the spirit of optimism and determination, we can seek solutions for a green and sustainable future. Tomorrow, a business forum awaits, organized by the Iceland-India Trade Council, other Icelandic institutes, and 2 Indian partners, the Associated Chambers of Commerce and Industry of India and the Confederation of Indian Industry. I am sure that after that meeting of minds, we will be able to explore many potential projects in fisheries and agriculture, in biotechnology, in healthcare, in innovation, to name but a few. Yes, our countries vary vastly in size, and there is a fair distance between us, but we share hopes for a bright future for our citizens, a future of well-being and security, individual freedom, gender equality, freedom and integrity. During the meeting of our delegations, we also discussed multilateral cooperation, India's interest in the Arctic region, UN reform and related matters. Here in Iceland, we hear about increasing tension in Kashmir, threats and violence, the risk of an all-out conflict. We must voice our hope that peace will prevail, that civilians will not suffer in the region. Finally, allow me to mention that I know of a number of Icelanders who watched with great interest India's ambitious moon mission. The last thing I heard was that the lander module has been located on the lunar surface. Hopefully, your scientists will be able to establish contact with it. And let us hope more generally that science and education will lead humankind in the right direction here in Iceland, in India, and the whole world. Dear President Kovind, I welcome you, your family, and your delegation again to India. I appreciate your kindness and warmth, and I hope and trust that your visit will be of benefit to both our countries. Thank you very much.
Your Excellency, President Johannesson, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, Godan Dain and Namaskar. I am honored to pay a state visit to Iceland. I thank President Johannessen for his warm welcome and gracious hospitality. I am charmed by the beauty and warmth of Iceland and its people. I had extensive discussion with President Johannessen on all aspects of our relationship. We both conveyed our mutual commitment to further strengthen our political ties, economic partnership, and cultural understanding between the two countries. We also took stock of our global partnership and discussed ways to add fresh momentum to it. Iceland-India relations are warm and friendly. Our shared values of democracy, freedom, the rule of law, and respect for human rights bring our countries together. Today we have signed agreements and MOUs on fisheries, collaboration, cultural cooperation, and visa waiver for holders of diplomatic and official passport. These agreements will give a boost to our ties in diverse fields. I am also happy to announce that all formalities for commencement of India-supported Hindi chair at the University of Iceland have been completed, and the teaching of Hindi language will begin very shortly. I look forward to my address at the university on the theme India, Iceland for a Green Planet. On the economic side, there is significant potential to strengthen Iceland-India partnership. President Johannessen and I discussed how to enhance our trade, investment, technology, and innovation collaborations. India has set a target to become a $5 trillion economy by 2025. India's transformative growth and Iceland's technology and know-how can add immense value to each other. We are keen to leverage Iceland's capacity in sustainable fishery, marine economy, shipping, green growth, energy, construction, and agriculture sectors. On our side, Indian companies offer opportunities to Iceland in the fields of pharma, high-end IT services, biotechnology, automobile, innovation, and startups. We both expressed satisfaction at the growing number of Indian tourists visiting Iceland. I understand that India was also eager to receive more tourists from Iceland. On this visit, I am accompanied by 30 Indian companies. I eagerly look forward to addressing the India-Iceland Business Forum along with President Johannessen tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, President Johannessen and I discussed in detail our global partnership. I congratulated him on Iceland assuming the chair of the Arctic Council and conveyed India's desire to meaningfully contribute to its deliberations and outcomes. I reiterated India's gratitude for the long-standing support that Iceland has expressed for India's candidature for permanent membership of the UN Security Council. We both noted the good work done in our two countries in the fight against climate change. I conveyed India's strong support for the Paris Accord. India is on course to meet its commitment under it. We agreed to cooperate closely on climate change, marine litter, and other environment-related issues. I invited Iceland to join the International Solar Alliance, led by India to promote solar energy worldwide. So far, 75 countries have already become members of it. We both have agreed that terrorism poses a grave threat to humanity and committed to work together to strengthen the global fight against terrorism. India has been a victim of cross-border terrorism for several decades. I thank President Johannessen for Iceland's support and solidarity in condemning Pulwama terror attack in India. We discussed that terrorism is the worst violation of human rights and it needs to be dealt with strongly in whichever form it appears. I thank President Johannessen for his understanding for India's core concerns. India values her relations with Iceland and is committed to developing it further. I look forward to working with President Johannesson to take our bilateral relations to a higher plane. I have extended a warm welcome to President Johannesson to visit India at the earliest moment, and I am happy to announce that he has very kindly agreed to it. Tag Führer, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, President. Thank you. So with this happy note,
Yeah.
we are ending our meeting.
We are doing that now. Now we can relax. But I think one last photo is being taken.
Yes, Mr. COP, what we have to do next? We will
Thank
go
you
by
very
your
much.
advice.
Happy
Yeah.